From the Zoomerplex in historic Liberty Village, the Zoomer with Marissa Lennox.
Welcome to the Zoomer. I'm Marissa Lennox. While many of us might think of robots and virtual assistants when we hear the term AI, the truth is that this technology has the potential to revolutionize a whole range of industries in some pretty exciting ways. One of the most promising areas of AI is healthcare. Doctors and researchers are using this technology to transform the way we approach patient care and get better outcomes. With AI, early detection and diagnosis of disease has become possible, paving the way for optimal therapy recommendations and personalized treatments that were previously unimaginable. It's pretty exciting. But the impact of AI goes beyond healthcare. It goes into medical treatments as well. It's also about emotional support and companionship to patients, particularly older adults, and helping them maintain their independence and their quality of life. And so on today's show, we'll highlight and discuss the latest breakthroughs and exciting developments in AI that have the potential to reshape healthcare as we know it. And we begin with Dr. Regina Barzilay, a researcher at MIT who was part of a team that recently developed an AI model capable of detecting future lung cancer risk. Dr. Barzilay, it is very good to have you on the program.
Thank you for having me. Hey.
I want to begin by pulling up two images that you sent to our team depicting sort of how the model works. If we could pull those up on the screens just here. And I'd like you to begin by describing to us what it is we're looking at.
So what you're looking at are two low-dosage CT scans that what is used to diagnose lung cancer and other diseases. And what you see on the left is an image of the patient 2 years prior to his diagnosis. And then the image on the right shows these patients at the time of the diagnosis when one can clearly see mass corresponding to lung cancer. So after seeing the one on the left, a radiologist is not supposed to diagnose this patient with lung cancer. It's not sufficient for human eye to identify signs of cancer in this image. They are supposed to recognize cancer when it is visible, like on the image on the right. And that's exactly what machine excels at. It's to pick up these very early signs, which are undistinguishable to human eye, and to say that most likely this patient is going to develop lung cancer.
Could a doctor then act on that diagnosis?
So there are multiple ways a doctor can act on. First of all, a lot of cancer today is actually, lung cancer today is unfortunately detected on accidental screening, meaning that you came to your doctor for other reason, maybe there was an accident or some other disease. They took the image, and the first sign would be that the first utilization would be to say that even if you didn't come for screening for lung cancer, if there are signs this patient may be already at risk, and they can be screened differently and monitored. But the second kind of more exciting opportunity is not only to improve screening, but actually to do preventative treatments. We know that for a number of diseases, if it's clear that the patient is very likely to get this disease, you can give them treatments that will decrease the chance of the disease development. So I think that both of these directions, first deciding, how to screen who needs an extra screening and monitoring, and also being preventative in treatment, are really avenues to change patient outcomes.
It's really fascinating because the thing to know about lung cancer, and to the audience listening today, is the thing about lung cancer is it kills more people worldwide than the next 3 cancers combined. So I can only assume, Dr. Barzilay, that was the inspiration for this.
Absolutely. So actually, the way I got into this field, I'm a professor of computer science, and the reason I got into this field is the sister of my dear friend, who was roughly speaking my age, who was very athletic, healthy. She never smoked. She started coughing, and for the longest time, her doctor recommended her to take cough drops and stuff like that. And only, after many months, she was finally sent to screening, and at that point, it was actually too late to do something. And my clinical collaborator in this work, Dr. Alicia Sequest from Massachusetts General Hospital, was a clinician of that patient. And this was the first time that I realized that despite what we think that you need to be like a very heavy smoker to develop lung cancer, there are lots of people who are in danger, who are not aware that they are in danger, and they're actually not even screened. So this was a motivation for us to create tools that can proactively identify populations that are at risk, that they don't know about it, their clinicians don't know about it, and knowing it enables them to be more proactive.
Could it be used for early detection in other kinds of diseases or cancers as well, beyond lung cancer?
So we started, our model was developed in breast cancer. It's actually quite an old model by now. It's 5 years old, and it's used in multiple hospitals. And for breast cancer, it's even more natural to do so because in breast cancer, we do regular screening, and you can identify those patients that can benefit from MRI or other screening modalities to help identify the disease. And we're currently working on prostate cancer.
I'll ask you just finally to speculate about what you think about the future of AI. Do you think it can reach a point, because right now it's not a magic bullet. It can diagnose, early detection, provide treatment, but can and will AI eventually reach a point where it can cure, where it provides a cure for cancer, for example?
I absolutely believe so, because we actually at MIT and people in Toronto are working on AI models that can produce drugs. And currently, whenever we are producing any therapeutics, we are producing it in a way which is generic for the whole population. It costs billions of dollars to produce any new drug. So if AI can really speed up this process, and we will be able to create customized drugs which are specific only to your body, I think we can really make many diseases that today are untreatable. Treatable, and aging is actually one of the frontiers where we hope that AI would be able to make a big difference.
Fascinating. Well, Dr. Barzilay, we thank you for your time and for sharing your research with us.
Thank you.
And when we come back, there's more. Don't go away.